Making an application for an EU funding programme can be quite daunting. People may start by looking at a long and detailed application form and, quite frankly, panicking. So let me give you some tips on how to go through the process. The first thing is not to get focused on the application forms. In reality, it's one of the last things you're going to actually need. Each project starts off with a really good idea. The best ones have identified a real and current problem or issue and want to find a real solution to it. Start with the idea and then build up your project from there. So the first step is to write up a short 2 or 3 page project specification. What is the problem? Who has it? What can be done? By whom? And how much might it all cost? Take this short project description and share it with your colleagues, bosses or board depending on circumstances. You need to have everybody internally on board before taking it to anybody outside the organisation. If you get agreement, then the next step is to talk to the national contact person for the programme you're interested in applying for. They can tell you very quickly if it meets their criteria or what you need to do to adapt to their criteria. Also, whether it has been done before, and get a sense of how viable the application might actually be. The contact person cannot tell you to make an application as they are all open competitions, but they can guide as to reasons the application might not get past an initial screening. So at this point you have a short project description that you've got internal agreement on and the national contact person is not guided against. Your next step is to find partners. There are many ways to do this, including being part of a European network, or a LinkedIn group, or a Facebook group, or using personal contacts, but finding suitable partners is key to making the application. Normally you share your project description with the interested parties and they come back to you. Now I would always recommend, resources allowing, to have an actual partner meeting so that you get a sense of the people involved. Remember, you will be working with these people for up to 3 years, so interpersonal relationships are very important. If you find your partners, then you need to work up a very detailed project description. I would also tell the national contact person of your progress at that point. In the first instance, write up the application in a simple Word document. You can cut and paste into the long-winded application form later. Better to have a working document that people can actually understand. When you have all your information, then cut, paste and write up the application forms. The draft application form should be sent to partners for final agreement. I would also ask the national contact person to have a quick look at it and point out areas of improvement if they are willing and able to do so. With the application form you will also need to have all partners registered with a PIC, which is an identification code, and make sure that all the partners' paperwork are in order, and this can take time. Always get the final application in a day before the deadline, so if there are any difficulties they can be addressed. Many a good project has lost out by being 10 minutes late. Usually there's an initial screening done by the national agency involved to make sure that everything is in order, and they may ask for additional information at this stage before the applications are sent to an expert assessment committee for assessment. It is this committee that normally decides which projects get funding and which do not. The two-step application process requires that you write a shorter stage 1 application, usually 10 pages long. They assess the different ideas, decide which they like, and then ask them to complete the detailed application in the second stage. It just means that the entire process is broken into 2 stages rather than 1. I think it goes without saying that these applications are for organisations that are seriously interested. The faint of heart will not follow a detailed application process to its end. You need time, planning, resources, and if you do not have the expertise internally, then some professional help. Needless to say, this is where I point out that my contact details will follow shortly, and if I can be of assistance, then please make contact. However, in most applications, you need staff, core funding, and good partners with a good idea. Please don't chase funding. The process of seeing an application deadline coming up soon and to try and write up something quickly and under pressure. You can always tell the thought-through applications against the ones thrown together quickly. If you're really interested in European funding, then join some appropriate networks or groups. Look at applications well in advance, and only apply for programs that meet your core mission. The application time takes time, but delivering a 2-year project takes considerable resources, time and energy. I will be doing another video on tips for running a successful EU project, which you also might find of interest. In the meantime, I hope you found this useful, and good luck with your projects.